What's up, YouTube? This is TheBillyBobHD bringing you another Let's Play. Today I've got some more Victoria 2 Heart of Darkness playing as Australia. And last episode we conquered Vietnam over here, called Da Nang at this point in history. But we were able to annex the whole entire country, which was awesome, adding to our population. And it gave us about 15 infamy. So we're going to let that burn off a little bit. We left off last episode also with our allies slash sphere of influence mate here, Romania, trying to call us to war. If I went and checked what the war is exactly, it is the Third Romanian Liberation of Eastern Sheboygan. Now, this is Romania coming after Austria-Hungary, who is allied with Lucca, who has also joined in the war there. You can see Romania has 10 military power, and Austria has 183. This is a really dumb war to join, I feel like, to be honest. We could send these troops I have in Crete over here. We could send those guys over, but in order for me to pick up any territory or anything like that, like, let's say, the Dalmatian coast here, it would require me to give up some more infamy, at least 10 infamy. We don't have the infamy space available. So I'm actually going to decline, which is going to ruin my, it's going to ruin our relationship with Romania, but honestly, not super important in my opinion, at least right now. You've got humongous rebellions going on across India and some of China still. You can see here. And we also picked up and conquered the rest of, or at least half of New Zealand down here. That's why my infamy is up to 15 at this point. But we also have a notification here that we can increase our opinion in New Zealand. So now, we're now considered friendly with them. We do have a truce as well until 19, what is this? What did it say? Ba-ba-ba-bum. No one else is really investing into them, which is interesting. We did also fall down to number 8 in the world in terms of overall score. Netherlands overtook us. They did add Brazil into their sphere of influence, so so we got a little bit weaker compared to a lot of the other powers, or just weren't growing as quickly. We have a really good industry, 6th in the world, really good prestige, number 5 in the world. Military power is at number 16 in the world there. If I go to research, main armament, we're going to go ahead and research that next, as I've finished up the tech levels on every other piece that I could. So now we just have to update the remaining navy if we can. Allows radio factory, interesting. Diplomatic tension has caused an international crisis in Mosul. Lose 1 militant. We'll lose 2 militancy there. That's fine. So now it looks like Ottoman Empire is out there trying to coax up some support. And you've got, is that Iraq, it looks like? Iraq breaks free from the Ottoman Empire, it looks like. That's what's trying to happen. That's going to be in this area here. It's funny because we actually did an Iraqi campaign on my channel. We did okay. It was fairly decent. You can go check it out. It's under my playlists. We're not going to join this crisis, though. No reason for me to join. If I go to New Zealand, gain 3 militancy, gain consciousness. We'll take the consciousness there. The only option I have left is to conquest the rest of those guys, which is going to cost me 22 infamy, and we do not have the space available for that. So, as time continues to roll on and we get a little bit closer to the end of the campaign, it's already 1934 here. I don't know that we're going to be able to conquer the rest of New Zealand. We might be able to actually put them into our sphere, if at all possible. Crisis in Mosul. This is the Iraqi crisis. It failed to enlist any interest at this time, so not something we have to worry about. Time to pick our next research as well. There we go. We can actually increase our opinion in Poland and in New Zealand again. I'm pretty sure for New Zealand here, Yeah, let's just go ahead and add them to my sphere, since we're not going to be able to conquer them. And then if I go over here to Poland, they're currently in the Russian sphere, but that's not going to stop me from trying to steal them away from Russia, as Russia pretty much hates us. Yeah, minus 168. They've hated us since we went to war against them in the First Great World War. The First Great War, I guess you could say. Go to relations here. The Dutch like me okay. Ooh. Lose 5 prestige or gain 1 infamy. We can technically afford to take the infamy hit right now, even though I hate to, but that's what we did. 20% more in favor of free trade. That's what I want right there. You can see for the other great powers, most of everybody hates me except for the Dutch and the Germans. Romania, of course, likes me a lot. And the United States. We should still be allies with them. If I go to... Yeah, we're still allied with the US and Yunnan. Plus 190 relations with them. I'll just go ahead and hit the increase relations button there for a second to... Okay. Looks like Romania lost that war. Or at least pieced out with a white piece or something. Now they're asking for their alliance back. We'll go ahead and accept that. Getting ready to also upgrade the next set of research there. We'll go with the naval risk management as we continue to knock those out. Huge rebellions going on in Tibet as well. What the hell? Currently in the British sphere there. My little section of... here we go. My little section of China here seems to be doing okay as well. Terrorism is now part of the world. Random acts of violence in the public to get to know the evil face of the police state is blind justice swinging back at the innocents. Allow terrorist cells. So that's something new to the world as well. Jingoism, you're always going to want to increase and maximize your jingoism where you can, because that's what allows you to go to war easier, I guess, at the end of the day. There are no gods. How are my little islands doing over here in Fiji? Looks like we're doing good. Yeah. Hawaii is held by the United States, of course. Come on, autosave, jeez. Yeah, Hawaii is owned by the United States as well. How is Japan doing? Japan is currently ranked number 5th in the world. Currently at war with Bukhara. Japanese Bukharan War. And they're looking to cut them down to size, which is going to cause them to have to go all the way over here. I don't even know if they could get troops into there, to be honest. It's kind of a weird war. You've also got a couple of weird little Indian countries here. Mughalistan, Bikaner, Indori. Mughalistan here is not part of the British sphere, so they've sort of broken away from that. Typically, the Brits hold all of this stuff here. Yeah. But again, huge rebellions. I don't know if you guys can see that. With the fog of war, I can't really see in there, but whatevs. New research available. High sea battle fleet. We'll get that. I'm also going to combine all of you guys into one stack up here in Vietnam. Oh, I can't do that actually because of the attrition. So we'll make 2 smaller stacks there. That's where my navy sits. I've got 1 battleship, 2 cruisers, and a bunch of transports. Cambodia, still held by the Brits. And we do have this little section of Brunei that we liberated. And by liberated, I mean annexed. Okay, the Australian communists have risen. So we're going to have battles going on all over the country. The good news is, at least in the mainland of Australia here, it looks like there's not a large number of stacks or anything like that. If I go up here to Brunei, nothing in there. Nothing in Vietnam or China. So that's good. Order the saloon closed. Actually, no, we're going to want the saloons to stay open, if at all possible. We'll go ahead and combine these troops here to make a nice little organized 15 stack. Oh, and I don't have any of my units that are on automatic rebel hunt, so we'll do that and have this guy sort of run around and hunt down some of these guys. Go to steam turbine ships next. We'll get that going. We should continue to build out our armies as much as possible. All of these fucking pop-ups. Let's pause the game for a second so I can actually look at this screen without being interrupted. Lots of new units that we can build in Vietnam, of course, so we're going to build a lot of those. Get some artillery units going as well. And a couple of airplanes. And we'll finish out, there we go, in Oceania. I just want to maximize my military power as much as possible. It's the weakest part of my score right now. People should be free to drink. That's definitely a policy we're going to keep up as long as I'm in power. Siam over here, still in the British sphere. Oh, okay, this is interesting now. Gain 3 consciousness. Here we are. Luang Prang. They have no allies, first and foremost. And is anyone investing in them? No. This is a perfect target. If I go to... Siam owns some of their territory, but I tell you what. If we go to justify war, conquest, damn. You know, it is going to cost me 22 infamy to annex them. It would look nice on the map, but I don't have the infamy space, so that's kind of sucks. Because we could add this little brown chunk, as well as this little brown chunk up here to our territory. Austria-Hungary now looking for support in the backing of a crisis. If we go over here and check this one out, you've got Serbia that's trying to acquire Slavonia away from the Austrians. Man, everybody attacking the Austrians at this point. It's interesting. They do have some decent military power, at least better than Serbia's. We can also increase opinion in Poland, so let's go over here and do that. Oh, not anymore. Germany has backed Serbia in the current crisis. That's interesting. So you've got Germany now that's turned their back on the Austrians. And that's the game over. Unfortunately, the campaign is done. We made it to great power status. We conquered a bunch of territory. That was really fun. If you're somebody that's stuck with me throughout this series, I really appreciate it. And let me know in the comments what sort of country you want to see next for Victoria 2 campaign, because I need to start a new Victoria 2 campaign, as that's a normal series that I like to have on my channel. Game over. 100 momentous years have passed, and we have finally entered the modern age. The world is a radically different place. How did your country do? Let's check it out. Ranked number 8 in the world with a total score of 1,440 there. Canada came pretty close. They have a humongous industry as well as a military. Much larger than mine, actually, but my prestige was really what set me apart from Canada. Austria-Hungary fell down all the way to number, 10 there. Followed by Spain at number 11, Sweden at number 12, Italy number 13, Two Sicilies number 14, Belgium 15, and Switzerland number 16 there. Total population of 23 million. I think we started out with like 3 million, so that's huge. 82 provinces, 54 factories. We were able to get our literacy up to 73% as well, which was nice. 237 brigades, 3 warships. Cool. Anyway, guys, again, this has been the Billy Bob HD. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment if you've enjoyed this content, and we'll catch you